Welcome back to our Beetle build. So we've been cracking on with it and we've de-trimmed it, de-chromed it. Maybe a little bit controversial, not something that people do so often nowadays. But we are kind of building an early style cowlook custom Beetle, so trim had to come off. Next thing we're going to do is look at the rust in the gutters. Now, hopefully we're just going to clean this out and treat it. Hope we don't have any major problems. Now, on late Beetles, in the rear pillars, there's foam all injected in here. Now, the idea of the foam, I believe, was to help with sound deadening, etc., from noise from the engine. The problem with it is that foam can trap moisture in underneath and it can rust out from the inside. So I do have a few scabs here. I'm hoping we can just clean those out and that won't evolve into a bigger problem. Just like we used on the floor pan, we're going to use our wire wheel and take all this paint out. The advantage of using this is it will clean the rust, etc. out and take the paint off without removing any metal or very little metal. If we use a grinding disc, we run the risk of removing metal and digging in, which I don't want. So on with our spiky wheel of death. Okay, well, if we look at that, that's good. We've got away with that. I was really expecting to find some rust damage underneath the bubbling paint there. So that's all good. Like I say, we'll get that treated and then we'll just be able to prep that and paint it when we come to doing the respray. There we go, that's that side done. All looks okay. As I say, we'll get that treated and that should be good to go. Both sides seem okay, so yeah, no problems there at all. Okay, so unfortunately we missed last week's update as Nick was off ill, so that couldn't be helped. But while he was off, I did still manage to crack on a bit. If you remember on the pan, after Sean had stripped it, it still had the tar sound deadening pad down the spine. I managed to knock all that off, clean all that off, tidied it all up. We also had a strange hole in the front here that someone had cut, I assume to get into the clutch cable. So we welded that up. There was also one on the other side of the pan. So we got that all done and then managed to get a coat of epoxy primer on it. Now the epoxy I used is also an etch and it also has rust inhibitors in it. So hopefully this will see the pan good from now on. So next stage then is to give this a coat of paint. Okay, for the top coat I'm going to use a 2-pack U-Pole paint. There's all sorts of paints and different things on the market available. If you're going to do something like this, I suggest you kind of look into it and do your own research. The most important thing to do if you're messing with paint is to make sure you have the correct PPE and you take heed of all the guidance, because there's a lot of nasty stuff in this. But anyway, I've used this in the past. It's cheap, it's good, it does the job. Right, okay, so that's the panel painted. So one thing I definitely am not is a painter, but in the spirit of this project, you know, it's giving it a go, having a go yourself, seeing what you can do. We sprayed that. You could also brush paint it or roller it. There are paints out on the market that allow you to do this. But anyway, that's done. It's shiny. We've got a little bit of dust in it, and of course we also managed to get a fly in it, as you always do. So with that done, I've then got to move on to the other parts that will also need cleaning and painting, ready to assemble the pan. Right, so some of the parts, obviously the arms, again, we're going to have to wash all the grease off them first. and then we're going to wire wheel these up again to remove the rust and the old scaly paint. Other items that we're going to move on to, things like the steering box, the bracket on it, etc. What I'm actually going to do with these is take these off, and we're going to use Nodoxal rust eater. So we're going to immerse those in that and see how those clean up. Okay, well, if you don't have a parts washer, what I do, for instance, when I'm at home, is I'll use something like carb cleaner or brake cleaner. Just spray that on and then wipe it off with a cloth or, you know, an old rag or something. Just as effective. Obviously a parts cleaner is more efficient, so you don't have to keep buying cleaner. So on this as well, the ball joints actually look new, so I'm going to keep these ball joints, whereas normally I'd be replacing them. So the only thing I will be doing is replacing the boots on these ones, as you know, I'm more than likely going to hit them with a wire wheel, etc. So keep the ball joints, new boots. That should be good once we've got it all cleaned and painted. Okay, so that's the first one, just another 3 to go. That'll be good enough. Like I say, we'll pull that boot off, mask all this up, and then degrease it, and that'll be ready for prime and paint. Right, okay, so we need to get the camber nut off the ball joint so that we can replace the boot. Now what I'm going to use is a ball joint splitter. Now again, we do sell these. So although this is normally used for taking your ball joints off, you can use them also for getting the camber nut out or off the ball joint. There we go, that popped off quite easily. So there we go, there's the camber nut off. This is what's holding it on, the taper on the ball joint. And of course we now have something else to clean up. Okay, so the rusty bits on the steering box and the camber adjusting nuts, etc. We're going to soak those in rust eater. So this is the stuff that we do. It's good stuff basically. Like everything, you've got to be careful with it because it is a form of acid. So we immerse it in this, leave it for about 30 minutes, and hopefully all the rust will be clear. Okay, so we've left all our bits and pieces. We actually left them overnight in the end, and they are coming out. As you can see, no more rust, look at that. So weirdly enough, we just have to wash these off. So what you do, wash them off, dry them, and then they're basically ready for paint. Now apparently with this, although it is some form of acid, the acid doesn't attack the metal at all. It just turns the rust, and once it's eaten all the rust, it stops working, apparently. That's the steering box bracket, and that's ready for paint. Right, there we go, all done. All rust free now, that's lovely. So as I say, I'll just give those a little bit of a clean up, and we'll get those painted along with everything else. So the other thing I've been doing, all the arms, steering box, the beam, I've cleaned them all. I just need to give them a quick degrease, mask them all up, and again we'll get those primed and painted, all ready to get that all assembled and back onto the floor pan. Right, so these are the drop spindles we're going to be using, and they just come raw cast. So I'm going to degrease these, mask them up and get those ready for painting. Also we're going to be running new discs on the front because the Beetle originally was drum brake, so we're doing a disc brake conversion on it. Now I'm going to paint the whole thing. So what I'm going to do is actually paint the whole thing, and then after it's painted we're going to clean off the disc face and the fitting face, but then that way the main bell and the edge of the disc will actually get paint on it so it doesn't go rusty. Right, okay, so I've got to say it again. I'm not a painter, but in the spirit of this project, I'm just having a go myself to show this is the sort of thing you can do at home. You don't necessarily have to have a spray gun. You can just do this with aerosol cans and get just a good finish. So it's all ready to go. It's degreased. So I'm now going to prime this, and then we're waiting for the paint to be delivered. Once that arrives, I'll do the top coat. Okay, well that's it, it's all in primer. Unfortunately I can't top coat it because I'm still waiting for the paint to arrive, but that's what happens when you're building cars, things kind of get in the way and slow you down. Progress has been pretty good, so happy with what's going on so far. I hope it inspires other people to go out and build something, do something. If you have got a project on the go, let us know. Leave a comment below if you're enjoying it or if you have any opinions on what we're doing. And we'll see you next time.